thing to prepare for a wedding. It's another thing to prepare for that marriage. A lot of people have spent so much time preparing for wedding, then they forget to prepare for the actual marriage. Wedding is that day, just the wedding is just centered around that day. So that very day you decide that this is the person. Welcome back, guys, to my channel, and this is your girl Rika Francis. So today we'll be talking about preparing for marriage as a Christian. You know, it's one thing to prepare for a wedding. It's another thing to prepare for that marriage. A lot of people have spent so much time preparing for wedding, then they forget to prepare for the actual marriage. Wedding is that day, just the wedding is just centered around that day. So that very day you decide that this is the person you want to make your wife or your husband. The day you took that vow, the day you guys decide, right? But the marriage that you are supposed to really prepare for is your life after that wedding day. What are you two going to be doing in that marriage? What is your life going to look like in that marriage? So people have failed to plan for this marriage, that we have a lot of wrong marriages out there. People not knowing what they are supposed to do or what they are even doing in that marriage, because they never took time to prepare the way they took time to prepare for that wedding. But today we're not talking about wedding and marriage. Our focus is marriage. Maybe some other time we'll talk about wedding, marriage. But for today, our focus is preparing as a Christian for marriage. Before we continue, guys, if you're here and you have not subscribed to Relationship Talk with Piken, kindly click on my subscribe button. Do not forget to turn on the notification, so whenever I make a post or share a video, you will be notified. So today we're going straight to the point. Remember, you're preparing for marriage as a Christian. So the first thing first you do, you build a Christ-centered relationship. Christ is the foundation of everything. Christ, when your home is built around Christ, you will never fail. Nothing can shake both of you. Nothing can distract the both of you. If you're planning to get married without Christ at the center of it, I kid you not, you are planning to fail in that marriage. You cannot tell yourself you're going to succeed, you and your husband will get it right, or you and your wife will get it right, without Jesus Christ at the middle of it. It's supposed to be a three-man party. Yourself, your partner, and God himself in it. You cannot do it on your own. So when you're preparing for marriage, you plan that, okay, my husband and I will never go to bed without praying. We'll never make decision without asking God first. Two of you should be, you know the good thing about that is when two of you are in the center of God with your marriage, it makes it easier to make decisions. So when two of you are making decisions, you find out that it's not easy to decide together, because two of you are already prepared. You have already gone to the right source to ask for direction. It makes it easy. Another thing to consider is to also prepare for, rather, developing a strong communication. So whatever you do, however you want to do it, you should never fail to communicate. Communication is one of the key foundation of any relationship or marriage. So if your partner is doing something you don't like, discuss it. Do not go into marriage and feel like my husband is supposed to know he did something, or my wife is supposed to know she did something. They are not witchcraft unless you are marrying a witch. When there's a problem, go to them and say, babe, you did this thing. Please, next time, let's do it like this. Be on the same page. That communication should be there. Don't ever go to bed with anger in your heart. It separates you guys further. Don't give the devil anything to invest in. So when you start going to bed with anger, with pain, because he did this, you did not communicate, she did not communicate, so two of you are angry, you went to bed. And it's worse if two of you share separate bedrooms. The devil will invest so much in it that you will not even have time to reconcile. Because, but at the time you realize what's going on, you will like, but this was just small issues. Because you did not communicate it. Communicate. Don't go to bed with anger. Then another thing you should prepare for in marriage is understanding biblical rules. Marriages are falling because people fail to understand and know where they stand. As a man, you know your role. As a woman, you know your role. So when you try to switch roles or try to now make it look like your husband is supposed to do this, your wife is supposed to do that, it brings so much confusion into that marriage, even into a normal relationship self. So now, you need to understand the role of a husband, the role of a wife. You can study that in the book of Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22 to 23, Colossians chapter 3, 18 to 19. You discuss this thing. Discuss the expectation as leaders, as the rule of leadership in marriage. What did the Bible says about submission? What did the Bible says about partnership? What does the Bible say about respect? So two of you must know these things before you decide that you want to get married, or before you go into that marriage. Another thing is managing finance together. Finance has always been a problem in a lot of homes. People will say the man stop providing, the woman will pack out and go. The man will say the woman is disrespecting him because she's the breadwinner. A lot of issues are always coming from that department called finance in every relationship and marriage. So two of you must discuss that, okay, when we get married, what do we do? Talk about how do you save. You create a budget and discuss how to handle debt as well. So if your budget says, okay, every month, my wife is bringing this, my husband is bringing that, or the husband says, no, I will bring everything. Whatever works for you guys, but handle it together. Do you want to be saving every month? How much is coming from the wife? How much is coming from the husband? Is a together thing. Another thing you should do as you prepare for marriage, you should prepare for as well, is healthy conflict resolution. You don't have to break the whole house because you have issues with your husband. You don't need reasons to fight before you can resolve issues. Like I said, when you resolve issues, find a healthy way to resolve issues. If you think talking about the issue at the time it happened, if you think talking about it will trigger more anger, let it go for that time being. Let it be when two of you are calm. Now you can call him or her. You can sit him down. Two of you can communicate like people that have sense. Nobody is going to be raising their voice. The anger at that time must have reduced. So when you guys are talking, you guys are now talking like two normal adults. So you are expressing yourself in the most calm and nicest way you can. So when you people can handle it in a healthy way, you find a constructive manner to do and settle your issues, it will save you a lot of marriage issues. Then another thing is shared values and vision. Two of you cannot have different values and different vision and expect to have a good home. It is not even possible. If you are marrying a pastor and you feel like you are not created to be a pastor's wife, then please don't enter that marriage, because you will cause confusion for that man at the end of the day. And if you think you are marrying a strong Christian brother, have it at the back of your mind that in the future that man can be a pastor. And if you know you are not prepared for that, please move away from that relationship and from that man. Save yourself the trouble. So if you believe in certain things, your partner does not believe in that thing, and you know it's not something you can compromise, please move. Then another thing you guys should also prepare for is the physical and emotional intimacy. Either you like it or not, marriage is physical, marriage is sexual, marriage is spiritual, marriage is emotional. Either you like it or not, you can be a spirikoko, but you cannot take this fact away. So if you feel like your wife or your this, you shouldn't be talking about marriage, sex, you shouldn't be, my dear, I promise you have big issues in that marriage. If you like sex, even as a Christian, tell your partner. If your partner feel like, okay, something they can deal with, two of you will know how to deal with it. So don't come and take somebody's son by storm or somebody's daughter by storm and say, this sex, I cannot do, you are too active, you are too deep. Discuss it before you enter that marriage. It's very key. If you know you will need help in that side of the marriage, speak out. Tell your partner. Don't carry them and put them in a home that sex become a problem because you cannot be active in that area. Discuss it. Then another thing again that must be prepared for is establishing boundaries between families and friends. You need to set healthy boundaries with extended families and friends to protect your marriage. You will need to determine how you will prioritize your spouse and while also maintaining good relationship with your families and friends. If you're from a home where you guys really love yourself in that family, your mom means a lot to you, your siblings means a lot to you, when you're marrying someone, have at the back of your mind that it might not be as it used to be, because now someone else is in your space that also needs the kind of attention or love you have been giving to your mom or your siblings. Does that mean you should stop loving your own family? Of course not, but that means that attention you used to give them might be deviated a little, might be divided. Then you're single, you can just run off home, do what you like, and then go back to your house. But now, you just can't wake up and run off. Your siblings can visit you at any time then because you are alone. But now, you cannot do that. They cannot do that either. So if they want to come, your wife must be aware, your husband must be aware that, oh, my siblings are coming, they want to spend the holiday, my mom is coming. No family member has any right to show up at your doorstep without your awareness, without you knowing they are coming. No carry your hands spoil your marriage. Then the last but not the least, of course, before we go today, is preparing spiritually. You need to prepare spiritually. Marriage is spiritual. Life in itself is spiritual. You need to be spiritually active and ready. So when things come your way, you're not taken by storm. You need to study together. You pray together. Study the Bible together. You attend premarital counseling together. And if there's an issue, you could also prepare that when there's a very crucial problem in your life, the one person you can talk to is God. So whatever you do, always prepare yourself for this in the future. Thank you so much, guys, for being a part of this episode. I hope and I believe that you must have really learned something today. Please, guys, do not forget to leave your comment. If you're already married, if you're preparing to get married, how are you preparing? And also, guys, do not forget to share. Do not forget to like. And of course, do not forget to subscribe. When next I come, we'll be talking about the practical steps to take while you prepare for marriage. Thank you so much, guys. I still remain your girl, Rika Francis. And I'll see you guys when next I come. Bye for now.